Hi, I'm Ketty, and welcome to the Somatic Bellydance course, Music, Movement and Body Connectivity. Somatics is all about the way you can experience movement from within. It's about the physical perception of movement and just making it a lot more conscious, being aware of where the weight is in your movement, where it's coming from in your body, where the movement's going, and what kind of effort or energy is coming through that movement. So somatics really is about moving from the inside out rather than thinking of movements coming from the outside in. So it's very much about physical perception. Six levels of total body connectivity. This is something created by Irmgard Bartenieff. So that's going to be our first session where you learn what these 6 levels are and how to apply them to your dancing. The second session we're going to look at are the elements. These movements are experienced through music. For example, the flutes have a very airy kind of sound and they are wind instruments. Then, of course, gravity is all about the element of earth, and that would relate more to the percussions. We've also got the element of fire, which is very jubilant and communicative and connecting. It's all about outreaching. So we have outreaching music, we also have outreaching movement. The element of water, which is very much about our internal space and feeling. The third session is all about music-movement relationships. Now this is really essential knowledge for any belly dancer and in fact any dancer. In Cairo I set up a study, a survey with 826 dancers from around the world, and the dancers had to dance to a solo instrument like an accordion or a violin or the tabla. They recorded where they were feeling their movement, where they were experiencing it. And it was really uncanny. In about 70% of cases, the movements were almost exactly the same in the same part of the body and the same kind of effort life of the movement. So this does show us that musical vibration, perhaps you could call it, does somehow move through the body and create a certain type of movement. And often that movement has characteristic that is the same universally. Efforts were developed by Rudolf von Laban. Laban movement analysis is probably the most important root of the somatic movement studies in the dance world and the performance world. Principles of geometry and physics to work with the various efforts of the body. And these can all be seen in this really amazing cube shape that you work in to create the 8 efforts.
I found a lot of parallels with the movements that we use in belly dance as well as the barn.
My mentor, Farida Fahmy, says, every movement has its value, and when you're dancing, the audience sees and feels this. Ultimately, somatics will make your dance richer.